Become a patron at www.patreon.com/Golden Era Bookworm for hard to find books, scans of rare photos, and articles on the golden era of bodybuilding. Hi everybody, Golden Era Bookworm here. As many of you know, I recently had the unique opportunity to train with the training partner of the late Reg Park. Mark Austin trained with Reg Park almost every day for close to 4 years. And through his training with the great Reg Park, Mark Austin learned everything there is to know about Reg Park's methods, and through his studies and practice, developed an impressive and strong physique himself. Having the fortune to collaborate with Jon Jon Park gave me the rare opportunity to be introduced to Mark, and today I will share the details of my first workout with Mark. Enjoy. Here is a very recent photo of Jon Jon Park and Mark Austin, who really are like brothers, because when Mark Austin went over to start training with Reg Park, I didn't know this, but apparently Mark Austin has the same birthday as Jon Jon Park, and Mark Austin spent, as I said, 4 years training with Reg Park. Basically every single day he was telling me New Year's, Christmas, birthdays, it didn't matter. They both got up at between 4:30 and 5:30 in the morning, that is Reg Park and Mark Austin, and just blasted it out. I mean, this guy, he told me he's trained about 1,000 workouts with Reg Park, and I would say it's closer to 1,500 myself. But anyway, you can see how well developed he is. He just relaxed. He's quite short, but extremely powerful. And as Jon Jon said, it basically could have been someone like a Danny Padilla, very, very strong for his stature. Mark led me through an upper body program on Saturday, which I will now describe. The warm-up was a very functional warm-up, and he took into consideration the fact that I had 3 major surgeries, 2 of being on my shoulders, and so he really tried to loosen up the region to make it easier for me to work out. So we did a lot of TheraBand work at the beginning, pull aparts both in the horizontal plane and also in diagonal directions on both sides. We did dislocations, where you basically, this is a gymnastic move. If you don't know what it is, look it up on the web, but it's very simple. You grab the TheraBand stretched out over your thighs, standing up, that is, over your thighs, and you bring the TheraBand overhead and back behind you. That's a dislocation, and you do it several times. And we also did face pulls with the TheraBand, basically to activate the shoulder region, to set the scapula correctly before the pressing motions that we're about to do. He also said that he always does the hang off the chin-up bar, and he does it for a minute, so I did it too. And the reason there was, and this is what I really liked about training with Mark, he explained everything that we did, the reason why we did everything that we did in the workout. And a lot of people just write you a workout and they say, okay, this is for biceps, this is for triceps, and that's about it. But no, Mark went into great detail as to why, even we were doing the particular warm-up. Of course, to loosen up the shoulder joints and prepare them for work is what the TheraBand is for, and to reset the scapula. But the 1 minute hang off the chin-up bar was excellent in that, of course, it warmed up the grip, but more importantly, it created space in the shoulder joint to prevent shoulder impingement. Again, he took great consideration to the fact that I've had surgery and there's a lot of scar tissue still in my shoulder joint. So, all I can say is, again, to Mark, thank you so much. You've really taken into consideration everything I told you, and he did a great job in structuring this program for me. Then we did 12 push-ups and 12 close grip pull downs using a V-bar as a final, I guess, more functional warm-up that would simulate the exercises we were about to do. So right after the warm-up, we went straight into bench presses. Now, Mark here is seen doing a Smith machine incline bench press, and he was actually mentioning how Reg Park basically did almost every kind of exercise you can think of. He did both, you use a Smith machine, free weights, dumbbells, etc. He was kind of trying to firstly tell me that basically a lot of people associate Reg Park with the 5x5, and although he was a heavy advocate of the 5x5, he used all sorts of training methods. And so he was basically telling me to prepare myself for, and I guess to be more open-minded. He used what's called a unibar in our first exercise with a medium grip to perform the bench press. And what I really liked was that he, again, was considering my shoulder joint, because he's also suffering from shoulder issues. But what he taught me was that Reg Park didn't like performing the bench press on the flat bench. He actually liked to perform it with a slight decline, and he reckons that the first stop on a decline bench can be too much on a decline. So what he did was he's got this special little wooden this kind of little wooden platform that he puts at the end of the bench, which raises the bench on and it creates a decline which is about no more than 5 to 7 degrees, a very slight decline. But as he says, what it does is it has the same effect as a flat bench bench press, but it doesn't put as much pressure on the shoulder joints, especially at the bottom of the movement. And considering that we both have shoulder issues, it actually felt fantastic. So again, a great thank you to Mark for considering me when doing this particular workout. We started off doing a warm-up set of 8 reps and then went on to our work sets, which consisted of 12, 10, 8 repetitions. Okay, again, because of my particular issue with my shoulders, I was only using 60 kilos, which is very, very light. Mark was using about 110 kilos. And then straight after that, we went straight into the 5x5. And I used, again, the same 60 kilos, 5 sets of 5 reps, except for the last set, I did as many reps as possible. And I actually hit 10 reps on the last set, so I was very happy. That was actually the first time I did a bench press in over a year, because my operation was in February 2019. So I was very happy that I was even doing the bench press, let alone doing a total of 9 sets of the bench press. And yeah, it's basically given me the confidence to continue bench pressing again, although very, very carefully. The second exercise we performed was the seated chest supported row. So we've worked the chest, now we work the back. This time Mark put 60 kilos on the machine, and after a warm-up we then performed as many as possible. He was trying to hit 15 reps, which he did for 3 sets, and I performed 12, 10 and 10. The standing cable lateral raise followed the back work, and that was of course hitting the delts, where we performed 12 repetitions for 2 sets, and followed that up with the standing straight arm cable pull down, again hitting the lats. What I like was, now that I'll just talk a little bit more about these particular motions, that is the rowing, the cable lateral raise, and the cable pull down. I want to talk about why he chose these. Again, the reasoning behind every exercise is very intelligent. I like his process of thinking. He chose the seated chest support, the chest supported row right after the bench press, again because after you do a bench press, he believes, and at least this is what he told me about also Reg Park, that it's important to do the opposing motion to restructure the skeletal structure correctly, so you basically don't end up pinching your shoulder joint. And he really emphasized on, when doing the seated chest supported row, to really try and hit the lats, to not use the biceps, very, very important, but to really feel it in the lats, in the lower traps, and in the rhomboids, which I definitely did and still do today. So there was a lot. Again, his reasoning behind everything is very, very intelligent, and I really liked the structure of the workout. After that, he said he would normally do a delts exercise. Again, he chose the cable lateral raise because he said that instead of doing a military press on the same day, it wouldn't be as effective. Instead, hitting the lateral raise, doing external rotations, again, is going to help with the shoulders. As I said, then we did the straight arm cable pull down standing, again to hit the lats. Again, following what would normally be a pressing motion for the delts, he chose to do something for the back. Again, the opposing motion essentially, to reset the skeletal structure. Very, very important. Finally, we hit arms, performing a standing easy bar cable curl, 2 sets of 12 reps each, and a standing easy bar cable triceps extension, again 12 reps each, 2 sets. And basically with each of these last 2 exercises, with the last set, doing as many reps as possible. Mark Austin, after that, after we finished our workout, recommended that on my second upper body workout for the week, basically he performs a split, an upper body split, and with a lower body split. What he mentioned was that in the second workout, so let's say it's you've hit legs a day or two later, and then you hit the upper body again, he would now focus on strengthening the shoulders instead of the chest, basically to give it a rest. And also because if you're going to really go hard on the presses, it's going to take a lot from your chest pressing, and so that should be a lighter chest day, and you should really hit your shoulders harder. So basically he kind of alternates his pressing intensity. On one day he'll hit the chest really hard with the presses, and the other workout he'll hit the shoulders really heavy and go lighter. So go lighter on the chest. So I really liked the common sense behind this kind of thinking, and the exercises he recommended again was firstly to do he said he normally does a bodyweight handstand press. Of course, I can't necessarily do that right now. I used to be able to do that, but not anymore. And so I'm still working on increasing the strength in my military press, which he said was fine. And he said that right after that, because you've been doing a vertical pressing motion overhead, you should do the opposite motion, and in this case that would be a chin up. He actually, because of his strength, he can do weighted chins. I obviously am still building up my strength doing just bodyweight chin ups, but eventually I will be doing weighted chins. He said that to then hit the chest, and to simulate an incline press motion, he actually has his feet elevated up and performs a push-up like that for several sets. And then he also does the opposite motion, feet elevated rows, again using his own body weight. And then of course he hits biceps and triceps again. So I really liked, again, the intelligence behind his workouts. Very abbreviated, as you can see. Nothing, too, I guess, out of this world. It's just very simple, an honest, hard workout, giving it your all. And that's the most important thing that I've learned so far from Mark. And I do hope that I can work with him again very, very soon. So if you're interested in learning more about Reg Park's training programs, I invite you to get onto my website, www.goldenerabookroom.com, where you'll find self-written titles such as rib, cage, and chest development, as well as Reg Park's original 5x5 routines and much, much more on my website, www.goldenerabookroom.com. So I do hope you've enjoyed this video looking at my first workout with Mark Austin here on the far right, next to Arnold Schwarzenegger. Yeah, it was a great experience, is all I can say. I'm still sore from it, and I look forward to working with Mark again. I mean, the way he talked, explaining everything in so much detail in between sets, really demonstrated how much he learned from Reg Park. I mean, he must have absorbed so much. Imagine working out with Reg Park for 4 years. Over 1,000 workouts with the great Reg Park. Incredible. I mean, this guy probably had way more workouts than Arnold did with Reg, right? Because Arnold only stayed, maybe a couple of months at a time with Reg. But yeah, I mean, Mark Austin 4 years with Reg Park. Wow, incredible. And for me, it's an absolute honor to have worked out with Mark. And yeah, I do hope that I can learn from him, a lot more from him. Mark, for example, has a master's Reg Park training kind of a certificate, right, that he got from training with Reg Park. So he really has absorbed all the knowledge of Reg Park, and it would be a great honor to be working with him again in the future. So yeah, that's all I really have to say about that. Well, I'll even say this as well. Mark has even also worked out with Arnold Schwarzenegger, so he's worked out with some of the best. And here he is, very, very young, and I'm assuming at the time being the student of Reg Park. So yeah. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed watching the video. I've kind of freelanced it, as you can see. I'm just trying to really reflect on everything he told me and trying to share it with you. So I do hope you've enjoyed watching the video. If you have, please give the video a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't to the Golden Era Bookworm. Leave me a comment and thank you for watching. If you'd like to support my work, my research, please donate via PayPal, become a patron. Visit my website for how to print books and courses, especially those from Reg Park as well. And well, at least the ones from Reg Park are self-written. I just want to state that. But yeah, you can find those on my website. And yeah, you can also contact me if you wish to collaborate. You can contact me via email. Anyway, that's it for me. Hope you've enjoyed the video. This is the Golden Era Bookworm. Bye for now. To take full advantage of my affiliation with NSP Nutrition and Old School Labs, please visit their respective websites and use codes GUB20 or Bookworm12 to get a discount off their selected products. And for an entertaining look at the history of bodybuilding's supplement industry, I would highly recommend watching Subs the Movie, which I have collaborated in, available at Amazon Prime and Vimeo.